All right, TFO Fantasy Football Sleeper Time.
Sleeper picks. These are some guys that we may not have talked about yet, but we think are probably going to be pretty good. What is this?
Oh, I went with Dr. Pepper here. Just what the doctor ordered.
I'm disappointed.
It's the sleeper of alcoholic beverages. But, I mean, a lot of people are going to be looking at, we're an 8-team league right now. That could expand.
Could.
But,
Probably not.
Most people are going to look at the top 8 of every position or whatnot. For running backs, probably top 16, and same thing for wide receivers.
Yeah.
So you got to know who you're taking. So maybe this is a person you play on a bye week, or maybe, you took a quarterback very late, and you need somebody. So.
Yeah, you choose to go heavy with the running backs and wide receivers. Hey, not a bad strategy. But here's some quarterbacks that might have been overlooked a little bit earlier.
Do you want to take one of them first? Take your pick.
Sure. I would actually like to talk about Ian Rush here from Explosive Mediocrity.
Explosive Mediocrity.
He's the number 17 ranked quarterback overall, according to our projections. But he is a quarterback in a balanced pass system, and he's getting a designed run play for a quarterback. So... more touches definitely helps. If you're on a bye week, your regular quarterback has a bye week. Maybe you pick him up and play him in place of him if he's going up against a particularly bad defense.
Yeah,
like maybe the Care Bears.
I don't know if they play the Care Bears, but
who knows? But definitely keep a lookout and see if Ian Rush might tickle your fancy one of these weeks.
Tickle your fancy. So. Someone that I really enjoy that I don't think's getting enough love here is Princess Belle on the Rainbow Unicorns. She's ranked 16th here out of the quarterbacks, but she's in a heavy pass system. And this previous system, she's been in our league 2 other years. She'll run the ball. She got no problem doing the passing. They're always a heavy pass. They haven't picked up a lot of wins in previous seasons, but you know what? Fantasy's not about picking up wins. It's about picking up yards and touchdowns and points. I think she's going to do a hell of great. She's so low for a heavy pass team. She's the last heavy pass team there on the list. That's incredible how low she is.
Another really low pick here, actually ranked 22nd overall, newcomer Dean Winchester from the Supernatural Demons. He, again, is in a balanced pass offense where he is taking one of the designed run plays.
He's the last quarterback that's taken a designed quarterback run.
Yeah. The last rank, as far as the rankings go, he's the last one getting one of those. Averaging just under 10 points a game overall. That could be a low projection.
He's the kind of quarterback I'd take if you took a quarterback and that quarterback wasn't working out for you. And then you could see his performance in the first 4 weeks. And I think you're going to be surprised at that Supernatural team.
Kind of like Ryan Tannehill, if you will.
I think the problem with the Supernatural team for his rankings here is they're playing great defenses in their division, like the WWF Superstars, the Whovians. These teams have been proven. Yeah,
he's definitely in a tough division. More than likely,
don't play him those weeks. Don't play him those weeks.
Yeah, hey, play him when he's playing out of division games. Should do just fine for you.
I think a guy that's going to be really surprising here, he's 9th ranked, so I think people are going to look at him a little bit, is Arthas Menthil of the Azrothian Assassins. He was with us last season. They did a run, I think it was Balanced Rush last season, and they're unleashing the beast this season with the heavy pass.
Really almost a stretch to call this guy a sleeper, as he's in a heavy pass offense. He's taking a run.
I think he's going to be a sleeper because people are going to only be picking up mostly their quarterback, and then they're going to look at a backup. He would be an amazing backup.
Absolutely. Just outside the top 8, everybody else is going to look at those guys. He's a real good one to pick up. And say you picked up a...
he's in that range,
too. And also, there's injuries that happen all the time. Say you pick up Kerrigan in the first round or the second round, and she goes down with a knee injury in week 4. Arthas Menthil, if you are able to pick him up in, say, the 4th or 5th round, after picking up Kerrigan in the second, excellent call.
He's only 1 point average less than Tywin Lannister, and Tywin Lannister's ranked 5th. So if you're the 5th person and you took Tywin Lannister and he gets injured, Arthas Menthil would be a hell of a guy to put in there because he's kind of the same quarterback.
Absolutely. So, just to give you a little bit of idea there, let's move on to some running backs here.
I want to take the first one. You took the first one.
You go right ahead.
I want to talk about the Chumps, Chester Drawers. He's been with us 2 seasons. The man is always incredible. He's been a Pro Bowler. He is just phenomenal on that team. It's a balanced rush. I understand that. And he only's getting 3 of the carries, so people are going to be like, oh, Raj, he's not touching the ball as much as he should. But you know what? When he touches the ball, he makes it matter.
Mm-hmm. Yards after carry.
Yeah,
yards after carry. Shakes dudes off all the time.
He's like a dresser drawers. That's what I've been calling him. He's so big, and he will run over motherfuckers.
Absolutely. Another good one to look at here, we're looking at Brandon Powell from the Florida Gators. Really, really reaching on this one here, but I think he's got a lot of promise. In a balanced pass offense, he's a RB1. He gets 3 of the carries, and he's a kick return, punt return. Again, that comes with a bit of risk because of the injury factor, but I think he definitely has the ability to be a good pick for you in some weeks where maybe some of your other running backs aren't available.
If you're worried about Florida and how they're going to perform, you know he's going to touch the ball no matter what.
Absolutely.
So that's a great, great thing there. I'm going to talk about the Marvel Combat Sabretooth because, Wolverine gets all the love because he's got 2 designed runs and he's catching lots of passes. But the Sabretooth, they're still doing a balanced pass system, and he's only got 2 runs, but he's a kick, punt, returner. And I think that's important. He's ranked 20th, and I love him. He's a big dude. In previous seasons, he's shown he's been a great running back.
And just on a personal level, he's got he's got a bone to pick with the Wolverine, honestly.
Always a competition?
Creed. Oh, yeah. Victor Creed and Logan have had problems going back a long, long time, even before Weapon X. But we'll not get into that too much.
But we will in the season.
The next sleeper pick I want to talk about, just outside the top 8.
Oh, we don't got to talk about that guy. It's okay.
Oh, we're going to talk about him. The Junkyard Dog.
See, I don't think he's a sleeper because we talked about him in the top 16 plus 1 because he's the last one projected at 20.
Hey, he's just outside the top 16, meaning 2 running backs per team. He's out there, probably going to be, if people are stupid, he's going to be on the waiver wire after the draft. But I'll tell you what, he's going to surprise some people. Again, the very last running back to average 20 points per game.
He's the 10th running back, so someone's definitely taking him as a second.
Absolutely.
So, it's just, but like guys like Sabretooth, someone's going to look at as probably maybe their flex. Brandon Powell, I think, is a great pickup, but I think he's somebody that you're wary on. And
Brandon Powell's definitely one of the lower rounds, but you'll probably be rewarded for picking him up in, say, maybe 7 or 8.
And I think a lot of these teams that have made up people or people's friends that maybe you don't know, I think they're going to be great pickups because I think people are going to pass on them because they're not going to see the potential in somebody that's not a franchise.
Yeah, when you're looking at Brandon Powell versus Sabretooth, it's
where's the marketing for Brandon Powell?
Sabretooth has this healing factor in these claws. I don't know who the fuck Brandon Powell
Florida
is.
Gators. Florida Gators? This is Buckeye country.
I know the Florida Gators. I've heard they suck, but they had a pretty decent coach, so we got him.
Let's go to wide receivers. Why don't you take the first wide receiver?
Wide receivers, I'm going to go with Turtle Leonardo to start with here. In a balanced rush offense, he also gets one of the carries there. In addition to being the first wide receiver in the formation, averaging 14.5 points a game, I think he's going to be great to pick up. Just there at the number 16 wide receiver, he's right outside. He's right there at that
the precipice.
The precipice. Excellent word, sir.
I love that word. Another word I love is Sile Windrunner. I think it's Sylvan Windrunner. I just couldn't fit it all in there. It's another Azrathian Assassin. The Azrathian Assassins is doing the heavy pass, and I think people are going to overlook him because they're going to look at last season, and they were pretty good at the pass, but now they're going full guns here, and he's the wide receiver 1 at about 15.2. I think he's going to have a hell, and he's got the run.
Absolutely. He's getting a run, too. First wide receiver in a heavy pass, you got to go with the guy. He's going to be pretty good.
Hey, and they're in the same division. I just want to throw this in here. They're in the same division as the Florida Gators and the Raider All-Stars, which are 2 teams that haven't ranked very well in defensive projections. So when you're playing those teams, that's gold.
Absolutely. That's two games a year against
4 games. Because they're in his division, he plays them twice, both. So those 2 teams, he'll get 4 games out of that. That's fucking balls.
Looking again here, we're looking at Sir Jamie Lannister from the Westeros Guardians here. He's in a balanced pass offense. He's the number 1 wide receiver there, and he's got his dad throwing him the ball.
Favoritism?
A little bit of favoritism is going to come into play there. He's going to want to make sure that the Lannister name is up there. because some of the other wide receivers may be from other houses. They're not going to want to cooperate there. But Sir Jamie going to be a good pickup.
He's out with revenge or betrayal. That's the injury.
That's right.
Betrayal.
The Kingslayer.
So, and my last receiver that I'll talk about is actually a tight end. It's the best tight end ranked at 24th in receivers is Samus Aran.
Samus Aran.
Samus. She's a chick from Metroid. People call her Metroid. She's in a balanced pass system, so people are going to overlook her. But Chris McLeese has just been tooting his horn about how he's going to get her involved in almost every pass play that they're doing this season.
If you're gonna pick up a tight end, the only one you should pick up is Samus Aran.
You got to watch it though, because you can only play the tight end in your flex spot.
You can only play
that's
him
the
in
only
the
bad
flex
part
spot,
about it.
so that's your only
But
shot
she
at
might
it.
make a great flex.
She
pick
would.
Up.
She's definitely going to be the primary tight end to pick up for any kind of flex consideration.
I
mean, you got your two running backs, and you got garbage for any other running backs or wide receivers to pick up. If Samus is out there, definitely pick her up. There are no other tight ends to speak of, honestly. Samus is going to be involved in a lot of checkdowns.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna give the Hound credit on the West Coast Guardians. You know, he's a Pro Bowler last season, but Samus is just in an offense where it's kind of like how a few years ago coaches just started changing the NFL offense to a more of a quarterback run-in type of deal. You know, I think that Chris McLeese is really trying to change his offense in a way that TFO teams are not expecting.
Yeah.
And so I think Samus is going to be the Gronk of the league.
Or the Jimmy Graham of the league.
Damn. Yeah, that's why we don't have a tight end position right there.
Exactly.
Samus. There's
going to be one. Because there's going to be one tight end worth having, and I'm not going to punish every other league for not getting Samus. Or every other owner.
Let's talk about these sleeper kickers and defenses, man.
How about you shut the fuck up?
I will. And you know what? Join us for the TFO Fantasy Football Draft at Buffalo Wild Wings in Hilliard.
January 31st.
I'm going to be there at 1:30 to reserve the area, but we're going to start the draft probably around 2 and take us however long. I figure it'll be like 2 hours. Probably won't take that long, but there'll be beer.
I might be there. I may have previous...
hockey engagements?
Well, no, it won't be hockey engagements. It'll be beer engagements.
Beer engagements. Beer and hockey.
Winter Beer Fest, January 31st. If you're not drafted, be a beer fest.
If you're not drafted, drink a draft.
Ha ha!
Bam.
Have a good one, sir.
And see you
next Tecmo.